I don't think Endo is something that you think about all that often. I think it's mainly because Endo is in the enemy's drop table, so as long as you're killing enemies, you are getting Endo. But every now and then you need a bigger batch of it, whether it is to max out a primed mod or a ribbon, or even to make some platinum, because Endo is actually not too bad when it comes to farming platinum, since ranked mods sell for significantly more than unranked mods. This is something that I actually used to do back in the day. I made most of my platinum by simply taking common mods like Hornet Strike and Serration, maxing them out with Endo or even Fusion Cores way back, and then selling them for a decent chunk of platinum. But I digress. Every now and then you do need that bigger batch of Endo for whatever reason, and you might not necessarily be sure where to farm it. So let me show you. First of all, I think most of you actually have more Endo than you realize, because you forgot about your duplicate mod, so head over to your mod station, sort by duplicate, and dissolve any duplicates that you don't need. You can stack up a tremendous amount of mods without really realizing it, so if every now and then you go through them and dissolve the duplicates, this should give you a nice chunk of Endo. And while you're at it, check your Ayatan treasures as well, because the same thing can happen with sculptures, so if you have any, socket them with stars and take them over to Maru's Bazaar on Mars and have Maru extract all the Endo from them. Now let's talk about the actual farming methods, and by far my favorite one has got to be Arbitration. This is a high-level, endless mission with a modifier that will rotate every hour. You should be doing this one anyway, honestly, even if you don't need to farm Endo, because it's how you farm Vitus Essence, which is used to purchase all the galvanized mods and even things like Rolling Guard. The reason why it's so good for farming Endo though is because there's a decent chance you're gonna get an Atan sculpture on every rotation, and all the filler rewards on every rotation are big drops of Endo. You get 900 on rotation A and then 1200 on rotations B and C. This can add up very quickly, so you can easily farm thousands of Endo in a single mission, in addition to farming Vitus Essence and everything else as well. There's a problem though, you can't repeat arbitrations, and they only rotate every hour. So once you do your arbitration for the hour, that's it, you're gonna have to wait for a new one. And the missions are also completely random. You're gonna get a random faction with a random endless game mode on a random tile set. So some arbitrations are definitely gonna be easier than others. For this very reason though, I decided to present you with some alternatives. With the first alternative being Rathum. Now I know this might sound a little bit strange, but the Rathum arena, specifically the mission Vodianoi on Sedna, is pretty good for farming Endo. This is because the executioners don't have normal drops. Some of them will drop a few mods, but for the most part they will only drop Endo. So if you take a tanky frame that can survive it without any issues, and you have a weapon that can one-shot them, you can actually farm Endo fairly efficiently here. When I was recording it, I was averaging somewhere around 300 Endo every 2.5 minutes, which is pretty good. Especially because I was doing it solo, and this scales really well the more people you have in your squad, because you're gonna get more executioners so you can kill them faster. So if you can cobble together a squad of people that know what they're doing, you can actually get a decent amount of Endo from this. And finally, I also wanted to highlight at least one regular mission in the game, just in case, you just want to play the game, you don't want to do any fancy stuff. And the mission I chose was Hierakon on Pluto, which is a dark sector infested excavation. This one isn't too good if you're gonna solo it and you're gonna do one excavator at a time, but if you're in a squad that can do the excavators as soon as they spawn in, so you're always doing multiple excavators at a time, it's actually not too bad. The issue here is that most of the Endo you're gonna get here is gonna come as a filler reward from finishing an excavator, and in excavation, the filler rewards are diluted with credit, so a lot of the time, even if you do hit a filler reward, it's gonna be a credit cache instead. Also, you can only get Endo on rotations A, so the first and second excavator, fifth and sixth excavator, and so on, though that's not necessarily a bad thing, because you're either gonna get a mod or a relic on rotations B and C. So while I wouldn't necessarily recommend Hierakon over the Rathum arena or doing arbitrations, if you just want to farm a normal mission, the Hierakon excavation mission is the one I would recommend. And that is pretty much it, so I thank you very much for watching as always guys. I hope you've enjoyed the video and found it helpful. If you have any tips for farming Endo, leave them in the comment section down below for other people, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.